Hi, this is Attila16 and this is a video of Wargame European Escalation. This is a replay of a battle, and the adversary were not super experienced, but as a result of this battle it was still kind of fun to watch and play, because it was a little more let's say standard as a battle, and also the players I was with were not super experienced either, so that was a kind of an interesting battle, and also I did not use any smart tricks, so it's I will qualify this battle as being standard and reasonable in that kind of game, while some of the video I showed before of this game were rather unusual because of some let's say thinking of on my part when it comes to strategy. And also I wasn't used to play with the player that I'm playing with in this, so that made it a little unpredictable. So that's why I think this battle is rather interesting. So actually here what we had is an advance of my ally with choppers, which is something unusual in this game, because attacking with the transport chopper can be a good idea, but at the same time it's kinda risky as well. And the enemy here were actually scouting with two transport. One transport was actually having anti-air infantry, while the other one had missile infantry. And here we have a scout, which is a Kiowa. It's my scout actually, and it's intercepting 2 units of transport chopper with the infantry in it. And as you can see, he's landing his troops, which is a very good strategy. And these are actually VDV, which are very good troops. But the problem was that I spotted that I saw it come from miles away, and I targeted their infantry even before they started landing, because I knew they will do that. At the same time here, the landing of our infantry with choppers here turned out to have been very effective, because it did kill transport choppers. And at the same time here we had quite a bit of artillery shooting on the enemy infantry position. The enemy did return fire as well, so that make the center kind of unfriendly environment, kind of dangerous. Now on that side I sent some Bradley, and Bradley are really effective at long range engagement and against infantry with their autocannon. They are followed by a few Saracen transport vehicle, which transport green jackets. As you can see here, green jackets are actually recon units, so they are really elite troops kinda. But the main interest of the green jackets is that it will increase your line of sight. Or actually what it will do is that it will spot the enemy faster or easier. So if you spot an enemy and you have recon units, you will be able to maintain visual contact, while if you don't have recon units, you might end up just seeing them a short time and not having time to return fire at all. Now, as a result of this, I'm able to engage the enemy from afar with my Bradleys here. And here I'm actually moving some heavy tank. And these are MBT-70. And what's interesting about these tanks is that this is the first version of it. And what you can notice is that they are actually firing missile, and that's why this heavy tank is really useful, because first of all it has a pretty heavy armor, and so that means that they are able to resist quite a bit of punishment. And at the same time, with their missile they are able to engage the enemy from afar. And the Russians actually have many tanks which have that capacity to fire missile, but with NATO it's a little more rare. You have, I think it's the Starship one and the Don't remember the name of the other one. That are light tank, but they have missile. Now here you can actually notice that I have two choppers which are going out. These are Puma, and these I brought them to resupply my troops. And the Puma is actually contain less supplies than let's say a Chinook, but on the other hand they are really fast, so that means that you can bring reinforcement well, in terms of supply, very quickly. And as you can see here, I'm actually making a move with missile infantry as well as some heavy tank and some regular, well, recon units. And the reason for that is here. What you see here is that Foxtrot zone is a reinforcement zone, and what that means is that the reinforcement will come from here. And actually here we have a reinforcement zone which is coming here. And in this game, if you actually manage to control the axis here, even if the enemy has here, they still will have to defend here. So that means that what I wanted was to essentially make a blockade of enemy reinforcements. While here the enemy did put quite a bit of tank in there, and here only had a small unit of Mephisto, which are fast mobile missile units, but being fast, they are also light, so they are not particularly effective. And now to take out that amount of T-72, I brought my my 8 units of MBT. Now you can see here with the burning wreck that my blockade on the reinforcement zone is actually working. While here you can see a large amount of missile going toward the T-62 which are in the forest, and this comes largely from my ATGM Milan F2, which are really effective missile units. And with all the artillery shooting on those T-72, you can see that the enemy is panicking. Actually, when the forest burns and there are so many explosions, even a unit which is largely resistant to artillery will panic, which is the nice thing about this. While on that side here, I'm actually advancing a bunch of recon infantry, British green jackets. And here you can see that the enemy decided to put some troops in the forest, which my MBT-70, my heavy tanks, are engaging quickly. And one other aspect about the MBT-70 that is really nice is that they have an autocannon, and that makes them very effective against infantry or light vehicles. And you can see that the enemy is answering my MBT-70 advance with some T-55. The T-55 are like the cheapest unit the Russian can buy. You can make many of them, but they are not particularly good. They still managed to destroy one of my MBT-70, but they just they are not up to it. Can do damage, but not much else. While here my infantry is actually advancing in the town, and you can see that they are actually destroying a few tanks which were garrisoned there. So recon infantry in town and forest are extremely effective. Well, here I have some allies Bradley, which destroyed a few enemies. And here my blockade seemed to work still. I have a few light vehicles which are preventing reinforcements or spotting the enemy as they spawn. I would say it's kinda cheap, but it seemed to be fair game in this game. But these were not the best tank ever. And also what's important when you have as much ATGM infantry as I have is to bring a regular supply of missile, which I'm doing with Puma choppers. You can see that I have Puma chopper pretty much all over the base. While here on the front, I'm actually advancing with the Chasseur, which I brought as reinforcements. The Chasseur are really effective anti-tank infantry at close range. So they are very good for forest fight. At the same time, as you can see, I lost quite a bit of them just with the one volley of enemy fire. That's why I'm not pushing too hard with them, and I will let my MBT-70 advance. We also have some Bradley in the forest here. The Bradley against tank are not particularly amazing at short range. You should keep them far away. I'm still advancing. Actually, that's one of my friends, which is over there, pushing on the flank. And we're truly securing that zone here. The enemy lost control, so that means there's no longer any reinforcements here. And you can see here that I'm actually packing up my bags and ready to move on with my missile infantry. And I keep the pressure. And here the thing is that I managed to chase them out of the forest. And when your troops are in the forest, they do have a strong advantage. So going pretty well. You can see here that the allies Bradley are getting destroyed against those T-72, and that's because the Bradleys are light vehicle, so they have a missile. They are really accurate with it, so if you manage to hide them somewhere, you can be very effective. But on the other hand, if they get up close with the enemies, it's very likely that the enemy tank will destroy your Bradley. Now you can see that we did eliminate pretty much everybody around here, and that was pretty intense. There was artillery fire all along. But the thing is that oh, we even have Apache here, which are firing on the last BTR available here. But the thing is that we did manage to advance, but now we're not continuing because you need to resupply your troops, and I think that's what I'm doing now. As you can see, there's a kind of flow of Puma chopper going to the front, and this means that I'm essentially refueling, repairing my stuff, because my army took some damage. You can see a few of my tank are burning a little, which is not reassuring when you're a tank. Here as well, so and the field are burning, so it's time to fix my units and get ready to advance again. At the same time here, the enemy still have a few troops here, but it's only one troops of missile, which is dangerous. They have long-range anti-air missile here, which is in the middle of a forest, which is a mistake because they don't have any angle on anything here. At the same time, they are sending choppers around, and which is a smart strategy because as you can see here, we have command vehicle holding different zones, and these command vehicles are totally undefended. But I kind of saw that coming, and what I did is I called a few infantry, which are right there, to go protect our command vehicle over here. I don't know if I actually saw the chopper. Well, let's see if I did see the chopper. And no, I did not see the chopper, but I was expecting it. While here our artillery is shooting in the forest, and as you can see here, I'm bringing my troops to get ready to advance. And actually there's not much defending against us. There's only these are 4 units of T-55, which are not particularly good against the kind of tank we have in front of them. Here the artillery actually destroyed the only combat capacity the enemy had. And here you can see that there's a enemy chopper here, which my troops come to intercept right in time. And we also have a few Cobra. So we just defeated the enemy chopper very quickly. But if we had not done that, we will have lost a command vehicle, which will not have changed the result of the battle, but still, it's good to minimize the losses. You can see that our Bradley are shooting from a far missile. Bradley has a really long range with missiles, so it's very good. But at the same time, at this point, the enemy don't have any means to even push back, because we were so fast that they cannot recover from this. And also, we inflicted 4,900 points of damage, and they just inflicted us 1,300. So I must admit that the enemy were not particularly experienced, but still, that was a fun battle. And I think this is a battle which is kind of more representative of a battle you could have in this, which is not so much a rush, but you know, kind of more slow paced. I can see that the enemy decided to invest in artillery, which they were probably doing early on, but they also spent a lot of points on command vehicle for no reason, because you can see that they had 2 over there, they have 2 here, so it was truly a waste of time. They're sending another chopper. They really don't have anything else to throw at us. So let's speed it up. I still have my Puma, which are bringing supplies to the front. You can see that the enemy really had a lot of artillery. They were a big fan of it. But that wasn't particularly effective against our troops. I can see that my MBT-70 are taking care quickly of the enemy troops. And we have also quite a bit of artillery shooting on the enemy position. And there's only 1 minute remaining, so there's not much that can happen from there. You can see that it's quite a bombardment here. And on the path to victory, there was only 3 tanks remaining. And there you have it, victory.